The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Ford. The Ford F-150 helps make your game day traditions bigger and better, season after season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health, who reminds Alabama, don't wait, vaccinate.
Kalen DeBoer is a home run guy. This is the guy Greg Byrne needs to go after.
Kalen DeBoer and Alabama are on fire. Just absolutely on fire.
Alabama getting a great one.
They're getting a guy who's just flat won everywhere he's been.
He has a system in place, but with Alabama, the SEC, recruiting, everything he's going to have at his disposal.
That's going to be a problem for a long time for a lot of folks.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Kalen DeBoer Show presented by Truckworks. I'm Chris Stewart. Coach, a tough one, but a winning one. Congratulations on the 27-25 victory over South Carolina.
Yeah, every win's a good one, and proud of our guys. I think a lot of people probably don't understand South Carolina and that they're a solid football team. I think their defense is really solid, and posed some problems for us at times. They're opportunistic and they got some takeaways, did their thing there, and put the pressure on us back there with Jay Mill. But I was really appreciative of the way the guys just continued to stay the course, just kept playing, focused on the next play, no matter what the situation was.
I understand you were well aware of this before you saw it up close and personal. But when Alabama walks into a stadium, they're going to get everybody's best shot, and that's kind of an added dimension that you have to face each week, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it's they're coming in, and we still talk about being the hunter from a team standpoint. That was a big thing with our theme this week. Knowing that people are coming in trying to hunt us down and all of that, but and going to bring their best. But for us to attack, be aggressive, just do what we do and do it confidently, and that's going to start in practice. And the guys did that from Sunday. We're coming back on Tuesday. All week long, set us up for a chance to have success. It doesn't guarantee success, but it gives us a chance.
We'll get to the second half in a few minutes, but let's start off with what happened right out of the gate. You get the football to start it, you march it right down the field. How big was that to look up? The clock says 11 minutes to go in the first quarter, and instead of down 13-0 at roughly the same time last week, now you're up 7-0.
Yeah, it's huge because, again, we knew that a major part of the strength of their team was their defense. Just staying in down and distances where we could be run or pass was key, just with our pressure that they can get. But we also knew that interior-wise, they're very stout, very solid, just physical, and that all those yards were going to be hard. So going down the field, stacking some plays on top of each other, taking a lead, and then allowing our defense to make it, where the defense has a full field to work with was a great start.
The running yards overall may not have been where you wanted them to be, but I know you talked about making sure that the run game was a big part of this week, and certainly in keeping the opposing defense honest. It looked like you got that today in stretches, and certainly in that opening drive at times.
Yeah, it had to be a part of the plan, and we felt, even just the last couple of weeks that our run game was right there, continuing to improve. We knew it would be tested this week. Last week probably didn't get the opportunities just based on how the game flow went, but we knew we had to do it, and we knew this would probably be as good of a test to run the football as any we'd seen, just with the way they were, especially up front.
So you get the touchdown early. There's no scoring until there's 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. You score again to make it 14-0, and then some weird things start to happen. They're able to get a touchdown on a fourth down play. They get a safety, and then they get a field goal after a takeaway. That was an interesting, to be kind, final 5 minutes both ways.
Yeah, it was. We talk about finding a way to win, and those are the things that just, they're not small, but they're the small ones that you kind of forget about at the end of the game, but you go back to them, and those were big plays. And I guess as far as the decision on some things, just, I want to be aggressive. And, it felt like, okay, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, we can have 2 plays, even if we just launch it on 4th down up and throw a Hail Mary or something like that, or get a defensive penalty. Maybe you get a field goal, depending on what happens. And so I trust our guys. We talked through a lot of those situations. I had a chance to talk to Jay Mill, and that was just didn't go our way, and we're going to learn from it. We'll remember those things as we move forward. But I want to be a team that continues to apply pressure, just keep coming after someone. And that's in all phases. That's offensively, defensively, special teams as well.
All right, Coach, let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Left side, they'll bring Bernard in motion. It'll be a keep. And Milroe walks it in for the Alabama touchdown. A little fake handoff to Justice Haynes, and then Jalen Milroe walks into the end zone. Side in motion. Stops there as the quarterback keep by Milroe. Breaks the tackle, gets inside the 30, 20, 15. Now he'll go in motion to the right. Handoff will go up the Miller. Justice Haynes gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. 4:38 remaining.
Welcome back to the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Truckworks. Coach, at the half, it's 14-12. Momentum, though, had shifted from firmly in the Alabama side to firmly in South Carolina side, and they get the ball to start the second half, and that was a very tough one. You always talk about the middle 8 in a game. Yeah. Those were tough. They didn't go Bama's way, and in fact, that basically 90-yard drive after their penalty to take the lead for the first time thought could be a tone setter. Thankfully, it wasn't. Yeah,
you're exactly right. We started fast. That middle part of the game, just going to the locker room with some momentum, and that was definitely not on our side. And they stacked some plays and put a nice drive together. We had some chances to get off the field, and that drive was really the one where 3rd down we struggled the most. So a lot of the game, I thought we did a nice job getting off, but that one certainly was frustrating for I know all our guys. And falling behind there, was going to test us. And I really appreciate the way we just continued to play. It wasn't perfect. We had to battle. We did flip the field and then got a shorter field, get a chance to go down and try to score again. But the turnovers that kind of stacked back and forth between us turning it over in the end zone and then us getting one back, just whether you call it team football at some points and where we were still lacking, that was team football, and where we got the touchdown that helped us take the lead there. That was a big turn of events in our favor.
Disappointment, frustration even, perhaps, but no panic from your football team in that game.
Yeah, and these are just the things that we're going to continue to go through, and how are we going to respond. And our guys, believing and trusting. And I think as much as anything, we always look at the guys who are the starters on the field. We just need to continue to have more and more depth. And so, when you get into those long drives in the 3rd quarter, the next guys that go in can go out there and execute, and we can find a way. But, the guys in the 4th quarter, we stress it. We work in the offseason to make sure we can win the 4th quarter and finding a way to win. As crazy as it got there at the very end, they did that.
Let's look how it was crazy at the end and a good bit of those second half highlights.
In the backfield with him, he's a junior from Tyler, Texas. Milroe looking, firing, pass caught. Great grab for a gain of about 7 or 8. Staying on his feet, heading downfield, Adams stepping up. Milroe looking, fires, cross the middle, catch made. Bernard has it at the 8. Miller in motion to the right side. Snap goes to Jalen. Looking downfield, got a man. Bernard, catch made. Touchdown, Alabama. Sellers looking, firing it deep downfield. Safety is there. Jackson intercepts it, takes a knee. Down. He's going to run it out of the end zone, so it would be a touchback.
Well, Coach, second game in a row at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. In essence, it ends with a defensive back making a play in the end zone. A little different this time, but a win nonetheless as the defense comes up with a play. Damani Jackson getting the pick this time.
Yeah, and they did a really nice job on 1st and 2nd down of attacking and executing. And so it put them in a spot where, really only got a couple plays left. And having back-to-back with no timeouts, that's that the shot down the field is really what they had to go to. And so proud of the way we were back there, and I've learned from sometimes where people have gotten behind us. Had a couple guys in defense back there in the end zone, and Damani finding a way.
So in the fourth quarter prior to that, you're driving, looks like you're going to take the lead. They make a great play with the interception in the end zone. Then they move the football just a little bit. Thankfully, they put it on the deck. Your defense comes up with the takeaway right there at a time that you had to get it before you ultimately get the touchdown on the beautiful call and execution on the third down play.
Yeah, the 4 turnovers were a big part of this, the momentum and getting the ball back. Proud of the way the offense did take a lot of time off the clock there, got the touchdown at the end. That was a big drive. It's going to be a big drive that we can really look back on, know that we can milk a lot of time off the clock, find a way to put the ball in the end zone. But the defense opportunistic with the takeaways was big all game long.
We've talked offense, we've talked defense, we talked at the end of last week how special teams would be big in this game against South Carolina. You're able to match them in that regard. And a big reason why is the play of James Burnip.
Yeah, we knew going in that, the 19 kicks in 3.5 years, we watched them all, we've seen them all, tried to figure out what might be the next one, whether it was fake punts, fake field goals. Really thought our guys were locked in. You even have to adjust some practice plan to be ready to defend it. And I thought we were in the right spots all game long when it came to those special teams plays. James, flipping the field, he's, we've said it before, a weapon, and he did that again. Pinning people deep, flipping the field, and so I'm proud of the way the guys executed there. And then obviously we got to get the onside kick somehow, some way.
Right.
We just gotta fall on it, get it, and the game's over. And so that didn't happen, and haven't had that happen really much where that's not bounced my way. But we just got to go make a play, and we'll learn from that. And the guys were in the right position, the right spots. We have plenty of bodies where we needed to have them. Just go finish the play.
Back to James for just a second, Coach. A young man who has been a big part of this roster since he arrived, but really has taken a major step from last year to this year and a key weapon for your team.
He is, and our guys really believe in him. We give guys a chance to talk in front of the team when you're a senior and share your thoughts about your time at Alabama, what you want to accomplish here yet this year. And when he spoke, the guys, you could just tell like they really respect who he is, respect what his game's all about, respect the impact he makes whenever he gets a chance to be out there on the football field.
All right, let's go all access with James Burnip.
Yeah, so my name's James Burnip. I'm from Mount Macedon, which is a small town outside of Melbourne in Victoria, Australia, and I went to Burnip College. So I'm a punter. I grew up in Australia, obviously, and growing up I kicked the ball around instead of threw a ball around. So the transition over to college football, American football, was the most easiest to go into a punting position. Majoring in psychology, and I want to become a sports psychologist and eventually move back to Australia and hopefully start up sports psychology over there. I want to play in the NFL when I'm done with college. I learned about the NFL maybe about 10 years ago when the games were on early Monday morning before I went to school, and that's when I first started watching American football, really. I probably got about 5 key moments. My favourite one was probably my first game against Miami in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That was my first time ever playing American football, so running out in front of 70,000 people was pretty surreal to me. My favourite moments here will probably be being in the locker room, just being around the guys. I speak in a funny way, so everyone loves to try to impersonate my accent. Australia has some very diverse foods. They have a lot of Asian food as we're close to Asia. And then food's different here. You guys like to deep fry everything, so I can't even go down and get an ice cream without it wanting to be deep fried. And just our snacks are a lot better than yours. Our chocolate tastes like actual chocolate. I would just like to say to all the fans, thank you very much for the continuing support that you show the team through ups and downs. We appreciate you guys more than you guys know, and we need you guys to continue supporting us and continue to cheer for us every single home game.
Coach, your linebacking core is one with some talent. You got to develop that, though, and when you've got assistant coaches like Christian Robinson working especially with those outside linebackers, you can really help them get where they want to be.
Yeah, Coach C-Rob's just been a great part of our staff in a lot of ways, whether it's coaching the defense or just the way he helps bring guys together. His involvement in all areas of our football team is really huge. And he's building his room up. He's got some guys that have been around for a little bit, but he's also got some young guys that he's developing. You can see them, really improving each and every week, gaining confidence, and love the mindset he has, whether it's schematically or just the mentality he has, and helping us keep those guys aggressive and winning football games.
And another great ambassador for your program, whether it's the recruiting trail, which we know is how important that is, but also just in the community as well.
No doubt, he's phenomenal in all those ways, and looking forward to the guys that are coming into our program, that he's a huge part, not just at his position, but in the other areas that he's had a hand in recruiting. And so, in the community, his involvement and all that, just a great person. And, we're so blessed to have him here.
All right, Coach, let's go Mercedes-Benz All Access with outside linebackers coach Christian Robinson.
My name is Christian Robinson. I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia. I went to the University of Georgia to play football and played linebacker there. I chose football because I felt like it was the greatest team sport. I've always enjoyed being a part of teams. Individual sports were fun, but I loved the camaraderie, the locker room, the ability to be with a group and work towards a common goal. And from a young age, just trying to be like my dad, and the lessons that I learned from him, and seeing his film, growing up watching his tape, dreaming of playing football at this level, and then to be able to coach it. It's a full circle moment for me, and I get to do that every day with my guys here at Alabama. The beginning of my coaching career really started when I was still playing. I was a junior, and I broke my foot playing Marcus Lattimore in South Carolina early in that year. And on the way back from that injury, I was helping a lot of guys while I was out. To go from a player to being a coach and see that, and to kind of just go straight into it, that connection with the players on the team, and trying to do that as well with the coaches. That's probably my favorite part about what we do, and trying to help people do what they've always dreamed of doing.
Coach, for our CB&S Bank play of the game, crucial time, 2 minutes to go. 1 point lead and a big 3rd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, you bet. Just felt like we needed to get the first down. Game's over. Call the concept that has a lot of answers. You don't know if you're going to get man or zone. We're anticipating some pressure, and so 2 minutes to go. Third and extra long 10. You can see with the look that they give, they're going to try to stack up guys all the way across the front, expecting one of their guys to win in the pass rush, maybe muddy it up here. Looked like something happening inside. But you can see they're isolating their guys on our tackles. And I think that's the first thing that sticks out to me, is giving Jay Mill time. And right here, big matchup. We knew all week, big matchup all week. And the 3 guys inside really being firm was huge for Jay Mill to have this to be comfortable back here. Backtracking, you can see with the motion, we do have some answers as far as versus man versus zone, ways to get rid of it quick if we have to. And then the play just developing. Our answers are probably more to get these guys open. They busted the coverage right here with us flooding the field out of a bunch set. A lot of things that they got to sort through. Guys they got to work through, pass off. We got Ryan to come across, and there's Germ. And Jay Mill, the thing I like about it is that he did a good job throwing in rhythm, throwing on time. Understood first and foremost, we got to take care of the football. We need to make sure the clock's running one way or another, and then he throws in rhythm, puts it where Germ can make it. Germ looking it in, probably not as easy a catch as we probably think with the sun out there and all that stuff. And so him finding a way, excited the way the guys performed when it mattered most.
Coach, when you come into a program for the first time, you learn about different things from a history, tradition standpoint. Imagine one of those you've heard a lot about from an Alabama standpoint is that rivalry with Tennessee, and that's what's up next.
Yeah, I have, and looking forward to continue to build on what we did this week. Know that there's improvement that we can continue to have, but we know that's going to be a great environment that we get to go into. We understand just the high level of just the way the rivalry's been, and be a great challenge for us going there to Tennessee.
It will be a 2:30 Central kick. ABC will have it next Saturday from Neyland Stadium. Radio coverage on the Crimson Tide Sports Network will begin at 11:30. That's going to do it for this week, though. Again, Alabama a winner over South Carolina, 27-25. For Coach Kalen DeBoer, I'm Chris Stewart. Thanks for joining us. Roll Tide, everybody.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Ford. The Ford F-150 helps make your game day traditions bigger and better, season after season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health, who reminds Alabama, don't wait, vaccinate.